but I'm a creep.
Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Miller groomed his child. What the fuck? Second-degree assault, felony burglary. Miller spat in his face several times.
What?
The Flash. It's here. Oh boy. Let's review it.
I completely broke the universe.
Anyways, yeah, sunk cost fallacy the movie was pretty screwed from the get-go. Aside from being a total freak show, Ezra Miller just so happens to be one of the worst actors ever, and seeing him lead a $200 million movie was pretty next level.
I completely broke the universe. There might not be a future.
Dude, are you serious?
Spoiler alert for the 5 people who actually care, but I gotta start with the falling baby scene. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in a movie. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen this turd, and I'm assuming that's most of you because there were about 5 people in the theater, there's a scene where Ezra Miller saves a bunch of digital babies falling from a hospital in slow motion. The effects look like they cost about $5, and the scene gets progressively weirder as he prioritizes eating candy from a falling vending machine before throwing the digital babies into a microwave, all while making very weird derp faces. Yeah, it was total ass. Speaking of total ass, the costume design in this movie was pretty horrendous as well. I really did not need to see Ezra Miller's ass crack for 2.5 hours. Anyways, in terms of the actual plot of this film, Barry Allen wants to save his mom by traveling through time. He doesn't, and the story thread leads nowhere. He also needs to stop Zod Snapneck from recycling the plot of Man of Steel. He doesn't, and the story thread leads nowhere.
The greatest teacher failure is.
Well, fuck me in the goddamn ass with no goddamn motherfucking lube.
Barry's dad then gets out of jail because new tech from Wayne Enterprises enhanced some security camera footage. Or something. Basically just sounds like it would have happened anyway, regardless of the Flash doing anything. So yeah, all in all, great screenwriting. Who wrote this? Ryan Johnson? And as if the narrative wasn't already total piss, the execution decided to suck ass as well. And yeah, while It was certainly a good movie, I never considered Andy Muschietti to be the master of fucking cinema.
The master of fucking cinema.
Every single creative decision in this movie was just baffling beyond belief. Like, there's a scene where Flashman travels back in time to a convenience store, and his head just starts floating in the middle of one of the aisles. I can't make this up, this is pretty much what the actual scene looked like. He then starts creeping around the corner of a shelf to put a can of tomatoes in his mom's shopping cart. 'Cause that will save her from dying or something.
I will even learn to stop people from dying.
And in the vein of some disgusting ASMR video, he whispers,
Don't forget the tomatoes.
Yeah, it was pretty violating to listen to. Oh yeah, they also dug up Michael Keaton's corpse, so I guess I should talk about that. He did exactly jack shit in this movie, and his fake beard and wig was certainly a choice. And as if that wasn't funny enough, his introduction gets to be the obligatory explaining space-time meme. Except this time, instead of punching a pencil through paper, Michael Keaton awkwardly just rearranges raw spaghetti before dumping pasta sauce on it and saying, "Looks like a hot mess." And I'm like, yeah, you think? Also, I loved the reincorporation of "you wanna get nuts?" because the delivery was so boring that it straight up just sounded like an old man ordering frozen yogurt for his elderly wife.
You wanna get nuts?
And speaking of Michael Keaton, they waste about half the runtime before they even get to him, but once they do, he just looks like a wax figure in all the fight scenes. But yeah, the way they reincorporate Danny Elfman's Batman's One theme song was pretty hilarious, because there'll be some dramatic scene going on with Supergirl and Zod's snapped neck, and then it'll just completely undercut it by dropping a pre-existing track from the Batman '89 score, like,
Well, Well, guess fucking what? I don't really fucking care.
Yeah, look what Batman's doing. Isn't this so cool? Speaking of music, the scene where Flashman tries to electrocute himself to get his powers back was pretty hilarious because, if I remember correctly, he just went full Godfather Part 3 with the silent scream in slow motion, except there was opera music playing, so it just looked like he was singing, and it made it about 10 times funnier. The scene that followed it was also pretty great, where he starts running, but he can't tap into the Speed Force, so instead he just taps into the autism spectrum and starts squeaking his shoes against the floor while flailing his arms and speed walking in a circle. It was so unfunny that it became funny again, and it really just gave me flashbacks to one of my favorite scenes from Dank Phoenix. And yeah, I honestly don't even know what more to say about this movie. It's got that Rings of Power level cringe, where you would basically just need to make a compilation of all the funniest scenes and the movie could just review itself. But yeah, definitely recommended if you're a fan of a good dumpster fire. I would say it's the funniest ironic movie I've seen in theaters since Venom and Justice League. The falling baby scene alone is worth the price of admission. In summary, every single creative decision was the worst and most embarrassing that it could possibly be. Ezra Miller is one of the worst actors of all time. Michael Keaton did jack shit and looked old as hell. The Flash TV show from 2014 has more convincing running sequences. They certainly looked better than whatever hamster ball shit was going on in this. And yeah, the music sucked, the direction sucked, the dialogue sucked, the narrative sucked. Basically every aspect that makes a movie good was inverted, so yeah, burn it with fire.
Fucking thing sucks!
Anyways, it's a bit of a quick channel update. I finally caved and got one of those movie ticket subscription services, so yeah, expect some consistent reviews in the next few weeks. Good grief, I haven't uploaded something in 3 months just because, you know, I don't want to circle the drain like Jeremy Johns and just make videos out of obligation. So anyways, probably gonna have an Asteroid City review next week. Indiana Jones 5 the week after that, look forward to that one. And yeah, might even branch out and see some garbage that I usually wouldn't, so yeah, stay tuned. Anyways, leave a like on this video to prevent Ezra Miller from committing more crimes. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. Bye.